slow he has shown that he can be very quick with the op, and he loves to take fights as well. He gets in there aggressive, so I'm going to be looking forward to seeing what he's capable of. But yeah, like you say, on the other side, you got Acor, who's just a monster. Bubsky is just playing out of his mind. This is a very even matchup. Both of these teams have all the necessary pieces. That's why I'm putting the emphasis on this being a mental game, because in terms of like performance on the server, pure mechanics, they're very even teams. They have all the tools in the toolbox.
Well, speaking of tools, Mad Lions have got 3 players with utility, which I remember when the Classic versus Pro team were trying to reinvent themselves, they would often have, they went through a period where they would have 3 guys with utility on their pistol rounds, but they didn't really get the results they were necessarily looking for. We'll see if Mad Lions can. Quietly fishing for information. If Bubsky, Shush, or Asilian get dropped, that's a lot of utility lost.
Exactly.
Which may thwart their plans. 3 players creeping out long, but it seems to be a fake.
For now, because the bomb is waiting over towards upper halls, towards that B site. What they're trying to do is bait a huge rotation out of HAVU, and HAVU, they're taking it. Hook, line, and sinker. Huge rotation coming through. Dodo not even on the B site anymore. This is huge for Mad Lions.
But how much are these teams going to commit to this? Are they going to be able to rotate and help their team out? Asilian could try and run all the way back to T-spawn while those smokes are up, but he's going to stand in the fight and entertain the team to deliver some more headshots. The outer bomb's been planted, sorry.
Oh, and he's been spotted. Acor's been spotted. They know that he's holding right here. They're going to keep him together.
Oh well, Bubsky's got a lot of work to do. I thought maybe he's going to smoke City Spawn or something. This will buy him some time, but he's got to try and find a 1v1 before they start to burst into the site. No retake utility for HAVU, and Bubsky is a goner. You can see him trying to push the envelope. So that's interesting because Mad Lions with 3 men going towards the A bomb site and not rotating towards B. It seems like this is the absolute worst case scenario, plant the bomb. And I think with 3 guys on long, their chances... I might reduce their chances of winning the round, but let's see what they have in mind here.
Well, they committed so much to long. I really like it from Mad Lions. The thing is that you need to move fast up long behind that utility, and you need to crush that A defense. You need to get in there and just run over that A defense, and then you're looking at that sandwich where eventually you're going to catch the rotators over from B, from mid, and they're going to be in a sandwich. They're going to be caught from A and B. What happened, though, is that HAVU just annihilated your A push. And so now you're dealing with everybody on the CT side who have turned a sandwich on you.
I'm really wondering if that play from Mad Lions is stage 1 of a 2-round setup. Because again, if they, I feel like the percentages are not huge for Mad Lions in a pistol round. And again, pistol round, you just got to land that 1 headshot for both teams. But again, if the CTs win the pistol but lose the second round, it generally does put them in a worse spot.
Details on details here. Already Acor kicking it off with a fantastic headshot wallbang through the mid doors. So man advantage for Mad Lions. Fire superiority as well for the Mad Lions with 3 rifles, which is still mind-blowing. CSGO, please.
Yeah, I feel like maybe this is part of the design. I mean, I'm sure they would want to win the pistol if they can, but I think this is generally part of the strat.
Yeah,
we lose the pistol, we're going to have a better buy than our opponent. Let's put them on the back foot. Still got 50 seconds to do so. Saw gets his bell rung, and he'll get picked off in mid by the Deagle from Shush, which is starting to pull Doto away from that A bomb site. A 5 versus 3. Mad Lions haven't lost a player just yet.
They've lost one of their rifles, HAVU, so this is going to be painful, and they can see it, Mad Lions. They know it's out in the middle, and so this is all relying on the 2 players who are alive towards A. Hoodie, with that CT smoke down, you may be thinking that this is going to be a B split, and Zori's been spotted out as well on Catwalk. He's been trying to get something done there this entire round, and it just has not panned out for him. Mad Lion's going to come right back into this round swinging. They've got long control, bomb planted for long. Couldn't have gone better for Mad Lions in this round. And you got to give it to Acor, hitting that first shot. It gives so much momentum over to the Lions.
Very, very interesting first 2 rounds from Mad Lions. But HAVU is starting to make it winnable. There are 2 players with rifles, have full health, and there is a kit on Doto as well. Shush moving through top mid, but he might not be able to help his team out in time. They've got to start to get a move on now. We've got a boost for the off angle for Bubsky. Had to land that shot. Now Hoodie's at the point of no return. He will get eliminated. There was a chance there towards the end for HAVU, but this shows that Mad Lions have really been working. I feel like this round was an extension of the pistol round.
It's just an extension. I mean, so much runs off of duels. I am going to give quite a bit of credit over to Acor for hitting that shot initially. That was a big one to kick things off. It gives so much presence to Mad Lions in mid. And now, well, I mean, that's just the crazy thing. You get a bomb plant, you lose the pistol round, still have the rifles, still get the shots. HAVU, unfortunately for them, this puts them on the back foot, and it puts them in a situation.
Here we go.
There we go, Slowy. There we go, Slowy. Slowy can frag, man. He is going to be aggressive in this game. He's going to be one of the top performers for HAVU. Asilian with the triple, though. Beautiful play.
Mad Lions have set HAVU up to have a potentially horrific CT side, as they often can be on Dust 2. We'll see if the recent changes will help with that. Of course, the Krieg has been nerfed into oblivion, and the silenced M4 is cheaper, which helps the CTs a fair bit. I feel like in the last 2 years, outside of the overpowered AUG, they've been punished a lot, the CTs. So we'll see how things change. Slowly now with the scout on long, on A site rather.
Didn't they give a buff to the AUG as well, though?
Yeah, it's gone back and forth. Yeah, it's got a recent buff. There was a period of time where it had no recoil.
Oh, well, it was the...
Yeah.
Well, that was ages
bizarre.
ago. Guy lost his career over that. Delpan never saw him again after he broke the gentleman's agreement. So...
I did wonder what happened to Delpan.
To the very beginning, dude. Nuke, I remember it clear as day. I was casting the game. He bought the AUG after when the players decided on a gentleman's agreement not to use it.
It would be Delpan.
And his team was using. His team was losing, and he bought the AUG, and everybody called him out. He got blasted, and pretty much just disappeared after that.
Well, Slowy may be able to hold on to his scout, but again, there's not much really to shout about here for HAVU. This is a real bad start to Dust 2, and again, this is really a must-win map for them.
Yeah, dude, come on. Why are you even peeking a scout? Don't even risk a rifle in that situation. Come on.
Very nice. Very long spray with the M4A4. It's rare you go that deep with the bullets with the M4, so that's nice work from Asilian. First 11 bullets are a pretty simple straight line, more or less, but beyond that,
oh, you transferred too, left to right, dude. Nothing quite as satisfying as a CS spray down. All right, let's see. Once again, the duel. They're 1 for 1 right now. And just spotting for info there, Acor. Just spotting for info to see if anybody pushes into lower dark. He didn't get it necessarily, though, so this will be interesting.
Wonder if he maybe saw a shoulder or something moving up mid. It's normally the cat boost where the T's can't see from T spawn.
Well, they've got the focus on long right now. They've got that scout looking towards long for HAVU. So once again, Slowy in position to try and punish Mad Lions if they commit to this.
They're very much aware that there is something fishy going on. Now, Akor's in the pit, so he can see towards the A bomb site. And Asilian, but does he head back towards long later? Bubsky's got the shadow advantage in long doors. Trying to identify what HAVU are up to. There's plenty of time to do it. Oh, Slowy with the scout again with a headshot. That's going to run distraction for Bubsky. Oh no, Slowy may have done enough for a surprising win. The numbers are here for HAVU. Shush caught with a grenade in his hand. That is so awkward. As the point man, you've got to be real careful. But Asilian, oh no, never mind. The bomb's been lost on long. The trades are here. Asilian's in a 1 versus 2. His opponents don't have Kevlar. He's got 45 seconds. It is doable, but by no means is it guaranteed. Hoodie's got 2 flashes and an AWP in the pit.
He's in the pit, yeah. What does Asilian do? No Kevlar on Hoodie, though, so he has to be careful about how he takes this duel. Flash over the top, sets it up, turns away. Hoodie's got the angle, though. Can't miss the shot. He doesn't. A crucial round win here for HAVU. The anti-eco. Unreal. Dude, you're thinking this is done, though, because Asilian gets out onto B site, figures it out. He's probably telling his teammates, rotate right there. And that's when the push comes through. But again, Slowy. Back to back.
He's really delivering with those headshots. That is quite a scary prospect. At the beginning of Dust 2, who knows how many scout headshots there are to go in this game. HAVU are back. Now, they should be ready for the next round, as in this round, but they'll steal one away from Mad Lions, who are on the bye. Shush only has a Desert Eagle, though. He's dropped for his teammate, I would presume. So now Mad Lions are on the back foot. They've got a worse buy than their opponent. Shush missing that primary weapon, and HAVU still being active. We can see Hor looking to swing. I think... No, he's pop flash for him.
So, with Cat Clear and the Crossfire on mid, they've been keeping the information going for HAVU here. So they have to know now that this is going to be long or upper dark. Slowy still peeking for info over there, trying to catch anybody out. They haven't put a smoke down to block off the upper tunnels, and so HAVU have a good bit of information to go off of right now. And they're telling themselves, if we just hold on to Catwalk at this point, there's the rotation coming through, and they're starting to figure it out. HAVU could go crashing into Mad Lions in just a moment.
Those footsteps can be heard by Shush. He'll know somebody's in the boots position, and he'll hear the scope as well. They start to move forward. Bubsky pops Zori. The number game is working out now for Mad Lions as they take the A-bomb site in savage fashion. Only one kill responded to. Slowy now alone. No scout this time. He's got the AK-47, but... Sorry, the M4, but... this round is over. Back and forth we go, and... It's difficult for HAVU. They'll have some extra money because they won an eco. It's a nice spray from Roy.
Unforced errors here from HAVU. If you're going to knock it, the only thing is, why are you trying to peek? If you know that they're long, why are you trying to peek into them? You know what I mean? Like moving forward like that, easiest shot of Bubsky's life. He's going to hit that every day. And so HAVU showing perhaps a little bit of over-aggression that ends up costing them. And it's going to put them into a force buy scenario now for HAVU. This is another crucial round here for the Finns early in the half. But going back and forth now between these two teams, Acor misses the shot. A little bit of info, but with that smoke down, they do not know that this is all-out aggression from HAVU towards long.
Slowy with the scout on the B bomb site now. He's been pretty consistent with those headshots at almost any range. Great way to start a series, but score-wise, it isn't for HAVU. You don't want to be reliant on scout headshots when you're trying to make it to the grand final.
Mad Lions are doing such a great job of reading this. They don't run into HAVU trying to counter the long aggression. And now they can set up for a B split if they want it. That smoke can go down. Looks like they're going to try and walk through here dry. Yep. Setup is perfect, though. Dodo and Saw mow him down. That's the bomb dropped on the wrong side of the doors now for Mad Lions.
Disaster strike. There is a minute on the clock. Roy's put a lurk smoke up in the B bomb site where Slowy is standing in a smoke with a scout. Now, the scout's pretty good at no-scope range. He's got his pistol out, however, and Roy is alone, so we're going to continue to go back and forth. Oh! I respect the attempts. I respect the attempt. He was hoping for a lot there, but that was fun. Well, HAVU have fought back again. So I think we're going to continue to see force buys until somebody wins a consistent round. This was so important that Doto moves into that position. It's a complete disaster after that. They molly to clear that. Quietly, HAVU take that position, which Mad Lions assume to be empty. Two-man setup, real key for them. 3-3.
No, he hits the shot through the wall. Bubsky gets tagged. Big counter flash comes in as well, but they can't control the spray.
You've got to give it up now. That smoke may help them fall back into... Oh, they're not going to fall back. They're going to stand and fight. HAVU by the car. Again, Zori battle sniper mode. He's ready for this.
Dude, and Slowy has played so aggressive, pushed right into upper halls. He's already into T-spawn. HAVU, they are showing no fear right now. They know that this is all about towing the line. This is all about who has got the grit to stand tall at the beginning. The flash ineffective, though. Acor gets the tag on Zori, drops him. Man advantage for Mad Lions. But I think Slowy started walking just early enough, and he is going to find the kill. Brings it back to a 2-on-2.
Yeah, that position from Zori was nowhere to go spot. Peak was laboured. I thought he might try and make it back to the site, but here we are. Saw has managed to sneak into a strong position. Oh boy, if he can play off of his teammate as a bait. Well, never mind. There comes the molly. They may have to go for the swing now and double peek. Smokes up. Can't stop the plant. Flashbang to reposition somewhat. Now, didn't know that both players are here. Looks like Slowy's going for a rotation. And that bomb will soon get planted. Acor creeping with the AWP. We got flashes for Mad Lions as well. We can see support flashbang behind his teammate. Planting for long platform.
Correct plant. Because now you've got the angle with Acor. He's probably expecting both of them to come up catwalk, though. This might work, but he'll see the gun barrel. Takes the shot, traded 1-for-1. Still, Slowy versus Roy. And Slowy, bold plays here, going for jump peaks, trying to get information. Roy not showing. Roy looks for the fight, but he loses it. Slowy comes through in the clutch for his team. HAVU take the lead, 4-3.
It's really smart as well from Slowy that he backed off to take that peek rather than going right next to the wall, because it's the worst peek. Further back, he has an advantage against the opponent, especially with the right eye peek. A small adjustment there, but really important in that last duel. And boy, are these rounds important. Zori put himself by the car, got stuck, taken out by the scout, and we have a game on our hands.
Don't you, Dave. James. This is so good. Everything we were hoping for going into this series. Tit for tat, back and forth. Both of these teams so even, but also showing the bravery here. Going for the calls, going for the fights, not backing off. This is what it's about.
Another force buy from Mad Lions, and I think it's because they only had one player surviving for HAVU to like, okay, we can still break them, let's make an investment. They've lost Asilian making a play through the middle doors. Zori's got the off angle. He won't be flashed for too long. Oh boy, it's not enough though. Given A-core position, the headshot is there. 4 and 4. Mad Lions take the A-bomb site. Hoodie's got a decision to make. Trying to hold on to a long, but he'll do better than that. Bubsky's on the flank though, so things are going from bad to worse now.
Tough situation, and now Bubsky gets to control long. Smoke goes down to block off CT as well. How do they approach it? Seems like it's going to be the cat push here. Dodo ready to take point. His teammates there with the flash. Goes over the top, and Roy's one step ahead. He hears the footsteps. Sees it coming, and that sets them up. Mad Lions now in a position to tie it up.
Oh my god. Full Spies are going to be victorious again. Roy still looking to swing with the MAC-10. Slowly will make it more expensive for Mad Lions at the very least, but this round cannot be won. And they'll be forced to fall back. Now the money really is really going to suck for HAVU. Maybe Zori can buy a weapon if they choose to force buy, so they can drop in M4. Will the force buys continue?
Okay, man, yeah, okay, so there's the timeout called by Mad Lions. Probably just trying to take a bit of a breather here, you know? Feels like it's so tense.
Yeah.
You may just need the extra 30 seconds to, oh, guys, let's just calm down here for a second. We can chat, we can talk, but let's just take a moment to breathe a bit.
It feels like the third map of the series already, rather than the first. It's tense.
But we're here at the beginning of the first half, and it's already just going back and forth between these two teams. And Slowy and Hoodie have shown up. They are here to play, James. Slowy going for those plays. I love to see it. The aggression. We've seen what he's capable of in past series as well, that he has that star potential for HAVU. So here, when it's all on the line, he's just coming out swinging. That's exactly what I wanted to see.
Yeah, and I feel like the urgency is definitely with HAVU because it's on them to win Dust 2. Mad Lions will feel like Mirage is in their pocket. Yeah. And absolutely the urgency is with the HAVU squad. So we'll see, here we got that cat boost once again. And with the makeup of Mad Lions, nobody's going to see this, although they are quickly down towards lower tunnel, so perhaps they will. We see Yon getting closer as the score remains close. Zori now will pick up the rifle. That will definitely be seen as his FAMAS flies into the air. And he will have to give up the position. So they've lost one of the 3 rifles they started with HAVU. Now, how on earth are they going to get back into this round to win it?
It's a tough one, Zori. Come on, man. You got to back your teammate in that duel. And so that'll be a little bit of a shaky one there for Hoodie. Not going to be too happy about that. Saw holding close with the CZ-75. He can definitely pick somebody off here if he's quick about it. Setting up the push. Here they come. Oh, Dry! Still picks up 1 kill. He was expecting the flash, but Mad Lions just decided to power through, and Roy finds a shot on Toto. Rotator gets cut off, and Slowy, the last man alive in a 1v4.
That timing was on point from Mad Lions. Doto was outside the site with a smoke. Tried to get the support grenade in, but it takes such a long time to throw it from outside the site. It was never going to land in time. Mad Lions made the right play, and they are going to finally put HAVU into eco territory. The madness is about to stop, and it's taken 8 rounds to get there. Exactly,
and we've got HAVU really slowing it. We've got HAVU now who are going to be in that eco round, but they still shouldn't be beating themselves up too much because CT side Dust 2, they've already got 4 rounds on the board. We're only approaching the mid part of the first half here. Plenty of room here still to work for HAVU. Mad Lions are just looking great. And Asilian's leading by example right now. 10-5 for Asilian. He is looking very good. It's kind of what I expect to see from Asilian, though, because he is going to be one of those guys who's done his homework and knows how to lead it. But you do want to see Bubsky start to wake up a little bit here just to get a bit more of the fragging power on the board. If these guys start kicking into gear, that's when life is going to get really rough for HAVU.
What's interesting when you get a half like this where it's constant force buys from both teams back and forth, if we look at the CT team, HAVU, I don't think they've had a single full buy yet. Not one like proper max money 6k each full buy. And we're on round number 10, and they're in eco territory. Zori he's got himself a backstreet haircut. So what can Slowy really do here? His money is more or less together with his team. They've bought some P50s and so on. I can't spend too much. Nice little boost. That's cheeky. But he's got to do more. Moving up towards top mid now. Cillian won't see him. He'll see Hoodie in his place, actually. He may not realize that it's a different person.
Yeah, Slowy's already rotated back over here to Catwalk, and this is HAVU just gambling hard on the A site. Unfortunately for them, though, there's just been too much action over here. And Mad Lions, they've got the read with Asilian spotting to push mid. It's time to push out onto B site, and Mad Lions are going to find it completely empty. And so Slowy, I mean, this also is a gamble where HAVU, it's all around the rifle. You're just gambling on one site, but Slowy's now in a position to save that rifle into the next round. And the guys with pistols can go out and see if they can get lucky, find somebody getting greedy on the Mad Lions side.
Slowy's going to fish for more. Maybe help HAVU pick up a rifle. There's a pop flash. Is Roy going to check the window? Well, HAVU are set up to try and steal something on the exit. We can see Saw creeping lower tunnel. Starting to... Well, I mean, they got 4 rounds of... They've got almost half the round to HAVU. So, on the CT side, sometimes that's enough. But it's definitely... I want to see what they can do. Oh my god. No, 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 no. Oh, it's so close! I respect that. That was so worth. That would have been amazing.
If only Slowy could drop a kit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If the man with the rifle is holding.
Yeah. Give the rifle to his teammate.
Yeah, that would have been the play quick enough. But hey, man, snap decisions. You're down to like fractions of a second. You're trying to make the play. And HAVU, they're in there, man. Mad Lions cannot get comfortable. They have to stay vigilant the entire round. HAVU just showing them.
Even now, not a full buy just yet. No AWP, but an MP9. Acorn misses a shot towards long, and the Molotov lands. That shot would have changed the start of this round, but instead, HAVU will have possession of long, and boy, do they need it. Solby in the pit with an MP9. So he's got Hoodie, who's on long as well. If we look at the A players, Zori's the only man with flashes, so if there's an A take, if there's a long take later, there may be nothing for HAVU to do but fight with the MP9, because Zori's up on Cat right now. Very limited on utility. There's a gap so Bubsky can watch to see if anybody crosses. In the meantime, short will be taken.
Yeah. You can still set it up short to long, long to short if Bubsky gets out of here, but HAVU are going to be forcing this fight, and Zori decides it's time to back off. Molly, perfectly placed by Mad Lions to clear that angle. Don't want to be walking into any surprises, and so the thoroughness of Mad Lions continues.
HAVU are in trouble now. They gave up long, thinking they would hold short. But that Molotov was so perfectly placed, he couldn't even hide on the side, but Saw somehow taken long again. That is unbelievable. He gets an AK for his troubles as well. So much potential for Mad Lions, but now HAVU have something to fight with. Saw's actually picked up a flashbang on long as well, so he can flash for his teammates on the A site. That may have a part to play in this.
It will have slowed things down, but this is going to be the wrap through mid now for Mad Lions. The smoke clears. It was thrown out by HAVU. They know what's going on now, Mad Lions. And this is on Dodo with the peek to upper. Doesn't spot it. The timing just doesn't work. Slowy trying to trust his teammate to have his back. It's Slowy. Not going to find enough, though. 16 seconds and the bomb will get planted. Hoodie with the rotate catches A-Core. Man advantage for HAVU.
Oh, what? Oh, he came off the bomb plant. That gives HAVU a few seconds to get closer to the site. So now there's more opportunity. There are flashes for Zori, that's why he's all the way back here, looking to burst. You can see Mad Lions trying to be proactive. They know they've got a man disadvantage, but here comes a flash. Who's going to eat it? Cillian kind of trying to avoid something. Zori's got one more flash. They're really waiting for it.
There it is.
Now, here comes the pop. There's a bait. Doesn't flash to Cillian, though, but he is going to get taken out. Roy's alone, and the retake will be successful for HAVU. Mad Lions really outmaneuvered them towards that B-bomb site, but didn't get enough kills on the way. Didn't survive with enough players. Despite their best efforts, HAVU still steal round the way, more or less.
You were holding your breath that entire time. Just holding it so tense, because it is the B side of Dust 2 after all. Even with the man advantage, it's so hard to execute. But they play that perfectly, HAVU. And that's the kind of play they got to make happen. And Hoodie, once again, coming up with key frags. He turns that into the man advantage for HAVU. He finds that one kill. And now HAVU get a chance to breathe. The first real big buy that they've got going for him here, HAVU. All the nades. Bubsky straight out onto long, though. Bold as brass. Leading the way. Big flash is coming in, and he's in the pit already. Going to catch him lined up. Hoodie trades it 1-for-1. But it's not enough. Shush is there to bring it back. Man advantage for Mad Lions at the end of that fight.
Yeah, plenty of spray from Mad Lions through that smoke. Nowhere to hide, really. Now what do HAVU do? They've got Zori on Cat, but is that enough? They've got a man disadvantage. Roy is super passive outside the entrance into B halls. So he's looking for a lurker. Normally there is. Surely there is with 4 players. They will know roughly how many there were on long. But Roy is so passive. A minute 10 now What is Mad Lion's timing going to be like? They got caught on long in the previous round with a repick with an MP9 on Saw. Roy starting to creep, but Slow seems to have a read on what he's likely to be doing, and down he goes. Surely this activates Mad Lions now.
So when you start getting the tick for tat, you start figuring it out. Okay, take long. Now it's going to be a B push for information. 50-second mark. I mean, they play it right. Dodo, though, going for the fight. Long gets blasted. Back into the man advantage situation now for Mad Lions. This is a must-hit shot for Zori, and he doesn't get it. Needed to bring it back to that 2-on-2. Flash over the top. Might buy him a little bit of room, but that Molotov buying so much time for Mad Lions. They are now on the bomb site. Smokes down. Slowly just making some noise. Impossible situation now for HAVU.
Retake territory once again. No smoke if it's planted for long. Slowly repositioning. He's got flashes, but they would risk losing everything, and I feel like they'll try to avoid that, hold on to what they have. So we have the hero M4A4 playing like an AWP in that prior round from Slowy. But now they'll have Zori on the case as well. 5 rounds of 12. Still not too shabby on the CT side of Dust 2. It's been a great game so far, for sure.
It's been fantastic. All the details. This is where I wish we could draw on the map, James, because it would be fun to just highlight how it's one step, one in front. Because HAVU know that there's going to be somebody holding towards B halls. Mad Lions taking aggression towards long. Saw and Hoodie put up the best fight that they could, but they kind of got caught flat-footed out in the hesitation. You know, they're not charging into the fight. They're kind of trying to back off to sight, but then that's where you're going to get caught if Bubsky pushes. But both of these teams tactical, thinking it out. And right now, HAVU, because they saved that gun, those guns rather, they have the AWP going to the next round, and they actually have a fairly decent buy here for HAVU, and so giving themselves a chance to get up to 6 or even 7 rounds if it goes their way.
Zori was quickly up Cat, but there's nobody to boost him to have a look for these Ts. See what he chooses to do. There is an angle in the middle of mid, which is what he's looking at right now. We can just stand and see this, but if he picks players in Xbox, that could be awkward, but he's got the flick to go for a second. He will... Oh, of course he does. Battle sniper mode, but he walks straight into A-Core. Seems he went to the well one too many times. Kind of like when he chose to go car instead of rotating back to site. One and done spot, so HAVU unable to take too much advantage from that. Now, we've got a potential swing from Saw with the MP9. And we can see that HAVU are waiting for the smoke to go to start to emerge. But just as the smoke goes, Roy looks away. He could get caught off once again. It seems HAVU might start to have Roy's number in these B halls late on.
And there's the peek, and A-Core not going to get caught sleeping that time. Saul has now given the information over to his teammates, and they are going for the push. Could be very quick here from HAVU. Roy still keeping an eye on things, but decides to join up with the rest of his team, and that Molotov going down to block off the rotation. The details here for Mad Lions. This allows Roy to come back. The smoke goes down every step of the way. Huge flash goes through. Slowy with the double. Brings it back. Spots out the third as well. Shush doing the best he can to stay alive.
Oh, no!
Dodo kills his teammate.
How did that happen? They're standing next to each other. What did he press in his mouse? It's a 1 versus 2. Doto's got to clean up for that one. But look at the positions of Mad Lions. Sure, he's going to get sprayed down. Has he seen A-Core? I think he has. He's got to get the bombs planted for the CTs now, so he can really bait A-Core out of his position, starting to move forward. He's low on bullets, though. Oh, A-Core's dancing. He's going for the jumping AWP. Oh, he's done enough to delay him. Can he get on the bomb in time? I'm not sure.
Yes, he's got it. No way.
I don't think so.
What?
I don't think he's got it. Oh!
I don't know if I can take this, James. What is this? How does he get the HE kill? What is going on? Where does that HE come from?
I can only assume he threw it through a smoke and it hit his teammate. Nothing else makes sense there because they were next to each other. Oh man, after he did so much work as well. He did so much work. They were standing next to each other. I don't understand. Oh boy, that's really changed the complexion of the rest of this half, really. It's put HAVU into poverty status. He's got no primary weapons beyond Slowy. He's already doing what he can. He's got 2 1-dig so far. Can he get another one? Would have really helped. In the meantime, though, Slowy has delivered a penetration shot with the scout. Was that for a smoke? Slowy, oh, never mind. The HEs just keep on coming. HAVU.
That was an eco round, though.
They could have been. They could have been at 7 rounds on the CT side. They were so close.
It's unreal sometimes how it breaks, how it goes. What a fantastic match here between Mad Lions and HAVU. And yeah, that could have been up there. But HAVU, they got to shake that off. They also have to know, right now they've got 5. They pick up this 6th round on CT side. They are definitely within striking range. They are not out of this map. It's not like they're getting blown away here. The margins are so close, so fine.
Vintage stacks over the smoke.
Yeah, buddy.
Eating the flashbangs. Acor could be in trouble though. Doto won't stay on the high ground. A reposition. 2 kills for HAVU, but there's more to do. Saw almost get caught with a grenade in his hand. Mad Lions trying to get a little more out of that, but forced to fall back.
Oof, and the smoke timing from Slowy. Did they decide to push through this? No. Madman. Let's go. Out on the B site. Slowy's not in position. Takes a shot and whiffs it. Has no idea that there's already a man on the site, though. Decides to play it safe. You've got a man advantage right now. 15th round. No saving now, HAVU. Give yourselves the best fighting chance to get in here. Did the molly spread onto Vasilian? So close.
So close indeed. There is a man advantage, but no utility. No pop flashes for HAVU this time. Have a look at this. Looking to be a battering ram in the B halls. Slowly trying to bait a shot with the air strafes. There will be trades, so the numbers game surely too great at this point. Shush in a 1 versus 3. Pre-firing, but there's too many man on road. HAVU squeeze a last round out of this half. It could have been so much more, but they still have a good score on the board.
They do, they do. They've got 6 rounds on the board. This is everything we were hoping for here between these two teams. It's almost an even half. You know, okay, 8-7 could have been the possible, but 9-6, you win the pistol, you're right back into this. You could be tying it up at 9-9 on the T side of Dust 2 for HAVU. So they shouldn't be getting too hard on themselves, but what a performance from Slowy. 17 kills on the CT side of Dust 2 when it went against you a few times as well.
That was a very exciting half, and there's plenty more to come, but first, a break. We will see you on the other side.
Autofull, gaming chairs for pro team.
HAVU must win Dust 2 as far as I'm concerned. They move into the T side with 6 rounds and they've picked up 2 P250s, which I love to see. We've got double raid boss, not single, but double raid boss to start off with. I'm excited.
I am as well, James. This is everything we were hoping for here in this match. One thing to observe going into the second half is that Mad Lions right now, ADR is pretty much even across the board. Frags are pretty much even across the board. On CT side, I feel like that's going to be something that's going to set them up for success if everybody's hitting shots. HAVU a bit top heavy, so we need to start seeing Dodo step up a little bit here and start getting some damage in. But it's Zori with one of the P250s and Slowly with the other. Roy annihilates Hoodie straight through the mid doors, though. There's a perfect start for Mad Lions.
Yeah, he couldn't get through the doors fast enough to take advantage of that flash. There was a potential trade for Mad Lions, but it wasn't required. Zori and Slowy can still fish for these headshots with these P250s. See, oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. P250 delivers every time. Best gun in the game. We got boosts? Okay. That's a spicy one. Oh, Akor's got to be careful there. Maybe trying to head through the box. That might have saved him. 1 minute on the clock. And now we've got Zori standing on the A bomb site, but Roy's starting to push long.
They are through. They're going to go straight up catwalk and get up onto this A site for free now, HAVU. The discipline being shown, and also Zori just being bold, pushing out onto that site, getting all the info for his team. His team were about to walk into a trap on the B site, and now HAVU have put themselves in a position to win this round.
Go for the most exposed plant, apart from on top of the box. They can pick up the USP as well, so that's a nice upgrade for Doto, and the retake is on. HAVU taken long and Mad Lions have taken short. They've got 1 flashbang in the kit. Dota's going to get taken out. Man advantage now for Mad Lions, and they've got a lot of players on the low ground. On the pistol round, won't be as hard as otherwise, but it won't be easy by any means. Flash into the window, they start to spread, and now the real game's going to begin. Don't forget that player in the pit now for Zori. He's alone to try and land the shot. The bomb is planted for him, but it's not going to be easy. Got the meat shields, multiple meat shields. I don't think he's going to get there. Going for the taps, and the bomb will be defused. Make some money towards the end, but Mad Lions make it to double figures.
Mad Lions with the pistol. Give it to Roy, man. 2 key kills coming in from catwalk. That smoke, it's not a wall, boys. Put the smoke down, they can still run through it. And unfortunately for HAVU, they didn't have anybody watching.
Just came in too late.
Dodo just can't catch a break either. He's trying to take the fights. He's trying to make it happen. But he is still sitting on 3 frags right now. And unfortunately for him, I mean, you know, cut it, my dude. You can do some more damage here.
The force buys begin. There'll be 3 rifles on the HAVU side, 2 Galils with the AK-47. Doto with one of those Galils, so maybe that'll help him out somewhat. HAVU taking cap pretty quickly. Now, there are 3 players on this A bomb site, and they have got a lot of utility, these Mad Lions players. So he's getting tagged immediately. Akor's turn with the scout. No headshot from him, so the molly is up, and Roy is down. Akor on the car. Will take Zori in the scout to begin for the CT. He's almost lined up for him, HAVU. A flashbang to try to delay. Doto's entertaining in mid, but don't want to give up the rifle. There's a bait movement there. There'll be a ding on the dong from Bubsky. He'll get an upgrade as they look to retake with the man advantage.
Hoodie gets the read as well. Spot Bubsky out in CT, but the push is coming in at long. He's on a timer, and it's not going to last long. Asilian finds him. Now all on Saw. It's not going to be good enough. And Mad Lions have set themselves up for a perfect start going into the second half. Back-to-back big wins, 3 survive, upgrading the rifles for Mad Lions. And HAVU, they're not getting the shots. They're just not hitting them. Akor getting away with 2 kills. 1 kill, fair enough, but 2, it's criminal. Should not be able to happen there in this position.
Yeah, another wild round. Looked pretty scary for Mad Lions, but they were able to hold on. They moved to 11. So this is the problem when you start the half 6-9. You lose the pistol, go for the force buy, lose that as well. It's basically a 6-12 start on the T side for HAVU. Could be worse, however.
True test for HAVU now.
Yeah, this is a significant investment from them. Desert Eagles, which have had that jumping accuracy fixed. Thank you, Valve.
Well, could it be that they've got the confidence right now? Because you go for this kind of buy, it makes me think that you are just confident you're going to get your bomb planted again. Whether you hold it or not, that's a different story, but you're counting on that bonus money.
There'll be a max loss bonus, so they can make a reasonable investment to just make it as expensive for Mad Lions as possible. The bomb plant will definitely be some much needed bonus money, but if they can even take out 2 players here, that would be a pretty good result for them going forward, as long as they can win the next round.
So let's see it now. HAVU setting up for Cat. Nice HE there. A little bit of damage to Slowy and Zori.
Tech 9s are back.
Tech9 run and gun onto B. Okay.
Yeah, it might be a little strong, the Tech9, but we'll find out as time goes on. Two-man spreads, and there we go. So Desert Eagle actually to do it for Zori. That leaves Bubsky drawn out of the B bomb site. There are two smokes up in the B tunnel, however. Madline's trying to figure out where they should go. Two smokes in mid, two smokes in B. They don't really have any idea.
They go up catwalk right now because they know that there's two players on B right now. HAVU. They have that information. Acor catches Dodo with the lurk in mid. And this is still it. The opportunity is still here for HAVU to get this bomb planted, which is the whole goal here. Get that money. No, Saw! Barely stays alive, but he's lost two teammates in the mix. Can he get the bomb down? He needs to get this planted. Just barely manages it. Hoodie takes man momentum, but that's going to be it. 2 kills and a bomb plant for HAVU in this round.
Yeah, so they did get those 2 kills minimum and plant the bomb. So again, that's a free round for HAVU. That's a pretty good result, all things considered.
This illustrates how quick the communication is on HAVU and how quick the calls come in from Saw based on that communication. With the man spraying on B slope in that scenario, they've got to be telling themselves that there's a second man on the site. Otherwise, why are you out there spraying? And so they're going for that quick rotation up catwalk, thinking there's only going to be one guy here, 2 tops that we got to worry about on A. Let's push it. Let's get in there. So close for HAVU. But again, they get that bomb plant. Max money, full buy. Let's go, HAVU.
Ooh.
There's the leg onto Bubsky.
That was a painful one. A nice start from HAVU again. Can they capitalize on the damage done? 2 mollies in long for Madlines, but there's no smoke up just yet. They've gone back to the A bomb side. They've got a 4-man investment in A. This has got to be a hard read from Madlines, but will it pay off? It's still really just the beginning throes of the round. Presence shown on Cat as a smoke up for the time being from the CTs, and there's HEs behind it. But he's still lurking outside long, and Cat will be taken by HAVU. Now, do Madlines send more men back towards long?
Buddy. Slowy. Trigger discipline on that smoke. So he manages to hold on to that one. Key. They're down to 3 smokes. They still have some utility here, HAVU. And it is looking like it's going to be full-on YOLO at the catwalk towards A, where you're going to run into Acor. How good are the flashes? Can force him off the corner. It looks like right now a very passive angle from Acor. Maybe trying to focus on long here to help his mate out. So behind the cars we go, and here it is. Acor, full flash. The opportunity is there for HAVU, and they get him.
Outstayed his welcome. That flash was there for a reason. Now he's found out why. Bubsky still in possession of long, but he's got 20 HP in an M4. Not ideal, and Madlines are giving up on this one. They had 2 players creeping around CT spawn, maybe fearing a potential B split. So they didn't really have the position. Maybe Acor thought, I've got to get something from this and maybe buy some time for my team. Could have tried to fall back to long, but stood on the car, ate the flashbang, and over the smoke he was taken out. So HAVU were on the board, and again, maybe those 2 kills from the round prior make Madlines a little more nervous and encourage them to go for an eco here. I mean a save rather. How much will HAVU invest into this? Well, only Doto is creeping really. Little jiggle. Cillian's got a close angle, straight in the face.
That's not going to build your confidence if you're Dodo. Now you've just donated an AK over to the CT side. One of those situations where, fine, fair enough, you're out hunting, but could just be calling it to let Madlines, you know, it's like that gentleman agreement. You back off, like, right, okay, you guys are saving, we're saving, and we're moving on. It's not like your money is fantastic on the side of HAVU either. We will get a full buy in the end from both of these teams, thanks to that. But it's the second timeout called by Madlines right now. Are they going to be addressing it? I mean, this is where you start wondering, like, if Cillian is looking at this, like, is it going to be the continued long focus from Madlines? When are HAVU going to pivot long? That's what's going on right now. It's going to be that guessing game between both of the in-game leaders because it's been a lot of focus on catwalk for HAVU, so does Cillian now shift the defense over to Cat? That's the question, because they're getting consistent bomb plants here, HAVU. So HAVU have got to be saying, like, hey, we're getting bomb plants.
Yeah, we saw some nice rounds from the T side of Madlines in the first half, one of which ended on B, and they ended up losing the retake, but it was pretty spicy to watch now. We'll see what HAVU are able to offer in these rounds to come. 4 bomb plants in 4 rounds. This time there's a big investment towards B from Madlines. So previously we saw up to 4 players around A, really early on in the round as well. Madlines maybe going for some hard reads, but again, Doubt crept in, started to move towards mid, outmaneuvered, had to save. Now they've got 3 players invested in B with Roy at construction. And this time it looks like they could be right.
The reads. Saw takes point. But the stack is here from Mad Lions. They read this like a book. They are ready for it. This is super solid defense here from Mad Lions. They've really stacked it in their favor. It's going to be tough. Need to get this shot to open it up, but that's all bait. They're not going to expect Roy up here on the cap. Yes, they are! Saw sees it coming!
Slow's got the rotation as well. Bubsky's had to abandon the bomb site, go back in again, but from the car position will be taken out. And once more, Mad Lions, they lost the frags and the remainder just don't have position. There's nothing more they can do. They read a B play, but again, from the beginning, from the first half, it seems clear that both these teams have heavily studied each other and they're looking for these counters in the way some of these plays have been, in the way that Roy was lurking towards B and HAVU were looking for him at the entrance to B halls and so on. You can see that they've really done their homework. They've both worked very hard to take this map, and HAVU are making a comeback.
This is the brilliant stuff where you get 3 days worth of prep for Mad Lions and HAVU. You've got coaching staff on hand, analysts for both of these teams, veteran coaches in the form of Peacemaker and Disturbed. I mean, these guys are going to be looking out for each other, and yeah, you're right. Picking up on all these little details. Saw not falling for it. Thought Roy would get one for sure in that situation.
No assumptions made by either side. Every corner will be checked, every rock will be picked up, see if anything's below it. And maybe it's just rocks for Mad Lions in this round because their money is starting to break. Well, rocks for some of the players, for others an AK-47 and a scout. We'll see if Acor can do what HAVU were able to do. Some nasty shots from Slowy in that first half.
Careful, Zori. Matt Acor not going for the re-peek in this scenario. Decides to hold passive, watch for top mid and cat.
Oh, the double peek. They're lined up in the same place. I love it. He will eat the flashbang even though they hear it coming.
What a gorgeous flash. Ooh. No backing off now, boys. Do you take this fight? I mean, they are ready. Shush is waiting right around the corner as well. Have to be careful. Hoodie's going to be here to back up his mate, but sure enough, the firing squad ready and waiting. Shush with the bait. They decide to back off, and does he get the gun? No, he does not. Manage to snag it.
Fight for cat begins. What does Sicilian choose to do? Well, Doto's made his way in towards the B bomb site, so never mind that. Fish walks in and there's a nasty surprise waiting for him. Smoke on the doors, and now Mad Lions have to think about, do we want to risk losing these rifles? They have no utility to retake the B bomb site. Sicilian has a kit, so if he had no Kevlar, maybe he'll try something funky, inspired by HAVU's ninja attempt in the first half, but I don't think that's likely either. Sicilian's on Cat, just holding on to his AK-47 and his full armor, so...
These are the intangibles, right? Where you're not quite sure, given the fact that they can't make... you know, is it Saw calling for that push onto B? Is it Saw micromanaging? Or is it Dodo reading the play and pushing himself to get that opening on the site? You wonder who's going for it, because right now, you know, Dodo may not have the frags, but he is making these plays that are winning situations for HAVU. So is that on the game leader, or is that on the individual here for HAVU? Bomb is going to get planted, and it is going to go off, and HAVU going to get that 9th round on the board. James getting too excited. He's just throwing things around the commentary booth.
Why not? 3 rounds in a row for HAVU. Sometimes the CT side is a struggle. It was a nice start from Mad Lions. Both teams won their CT pistol. Mad Lions with more success afterwards, but where is that success now? HAVU are 3 rounds away once again, just as the half started. Mad Lions will have the AWP out on Acor, of course. Sorry, still hunting in these mid doors. Saw a cat boost in the previous round. May have seen one again because Roy is deep on cat. Don't think he's walking through the Molotov. He's just almost standing in there looking for those dry peaks, and that hasn't really gone their way. Bubsky's been taken out in the mid doors in the meantime, which leaves Shush alone on B. He can't really hide around that smoke. He's got a spray. And Roy, where did he come from? The 180 from Hoodie. What's going on? Now's not the time to mess up a spray.
Too slow, because now they're pushing out onto B. There's going to be 2 players ready and waiting for him, and they get both kills! Slowy and Saw! How did they get both of them? Shush and Sicilian sure must have been blind something, but for them to get both, Mad Lions were ready for it. HAVU, what a round.
That scenario in mid, it's so hard to not get a kill there with the M4A4. Unless there was some landing inaccuracy, that's a real rough one for Mad Lions, because look how expensive it becomes. They don't have any money in the hole. It's looking to be a hero AWP in the next round if Acor will survive that long. That was a crazy one. I mean, there's a lot of wild things going on. So
Yeah.
I think Doto, even though he was standing in a Molotov, some of the positions you want to clear when you're going into the B bomb site is the platform between big box and double stack, the other side of double stack, the window, and so on. So it looks like he was just standing there checking for these angles while he's on fire. But those are sound cues for a close CT. Absolute madness. So much going on.
We get a little bit of a view here. Cody with the round. And
God damn.
all right, so this is Slowy's perspective. Yeah, flash on through.
Ooh, he is ready.
Flick. What a flick from Slowy. He continues to perform.
These guys are running hot. He was absolutely ready. He's been on that free-for-all deathmatch, just waiting for people to pop up from anywhere. That was a nasty... I mean, there was a lot of nice frags from HAVU in that one round.
Well, certain players, you can feel like they have home maps. Like, you have teams that have home maps, but you also have players that have home maps. And watching Slowy on Dust 2, it always feels like he's just dialed in. He's got that extra notch on this map. This is where he comes up with the quick flicks. This is where he comes up with the big plays.
Yeah.
And so, well, I mean, he's led the entire first half, had 17 frags at the end of the first half. That's his 19th, but high impact, really big play there from him. That puts his team on double digits now. HAVU, they're 2 rounds away. 2 rounds away.
Yeah. So we've got the Hero AWP on A-Core, some bits and bobs picked up in the meantime. A 4-man investment towards long with the AWP in tow. So will it go for an early push, I wonder? Maybe sacrifice the pistol to find the information. We've got Doto lurking, going towards the stairs, and indeed, it is a pilgrimage of Mad Lions players. Now,
Goodbye, Dodo.
do they go for a wide swing? Does Asilian go wide? Oh no, A-Core's going to go first. And Asilian will have some help from Roy. They've seen all the players, and now it's going to make HAVU start to push towards the A-bomb site where Bubsky is waiting. That's
a tough one. You just know he's going to get the info. So there is the info play there. Fantastic, right? But you also know that he's just going to die. It's a question of how many he takes with him. That's an AK for Roy. They should be just holding on to this. Yeah, AWP and AK. Hold on to those on B. And then, you know, Asilian wants to get fancy, but he invested in Kevlar, so it may not even be worth it for Asilian to get out there. They should just kind of save the gear that they've got, Mad Lions.
Yeah, they'll need all the money they can get.
Mad Lions really hoping that HAVU were going to go back to the well. But HAVU 1 step ahead. What a game. Excellent. This is the lower bracket final. Top 3 teams here for Flashpoint, no matter how you look at it, but this is the lower bracket final. These teams are fighting to get into the grand final to go up against MIBR. First place takes $500,000 here at Flashpoint, and a beautiful trophy.
That is a lot of money. Buy so much toilet paper with that.
Yeah, I don't know about the toilet paper stonks right now, man. I think it's kind of starting to go down.
I don't know, man. Did you see Christine's Instagram?
What's going
today?
on?
She's using kitchen towel. So.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, HAVU, could you donate some? If you send some toilet paper to Christine.
Get out of here.
5 rounds in a row for HAVU. They have a lot of momentum, and they're looking so sharp with these AKs. Who needs creeps? 4 AKs on road with the AWP on Tazori. And again, we've got a fast cap presence from Mad Lions. Roy will be in position. Asilian as the rotation man. Mad Lions have done this before. They'll put an incendiary down on long, but leave long to suggest that they're there. And again, look at this response from HAVU. They've got the wall of smokes up just in case, and they will take position on long and show plenty of presence. But what do they do next? In the meantime, you can see Mad Lions responding immediately, going for a B push. They have the information.
This is nearly all the smokes, though. Saw, last one alive with the smoke here for HAVU. And so, sure enough, now you've got the long play, but you need to make something happen here. As the push comes through, do they just catch the full-on lurk? There's going to be 2 players in T-spawn here. HAVU seems like they're going to be aware that Shush could be here. And this could fall apart very quickly for Mad Lions. Shush all of a sudden downed himself, but they're going to go running over. Not even checking, and he's going to get... Oh, no!
No! They were lined up. They took tickets and everything. Oh, no. Another missed one. Mad Lions. Are nerves getting to them after losing all these rounds? Asilian trying to hold across. There is retake utility. They've got double mollies, but Asilian's going to go in with a flashbang to his teammate. He's going to get to the car. He's looking for the third. Oh, sorry. He saved it. What a turnaround from Mad Lions. On the brink of disaster. Put them completely off guard.
Asilian again. When his team needs it most, this guy's the in-game leader. It turns out he's the clutch master as well for Mad Lions.
21 for 10, Asilian.
Oh, man. This is going to launch.
Oh, think there was the slightest movement to the left as he started to spray for the headshot. But Asilian's like, I've got this, guys. I can do this. Send me in. Full send.
Oh, that is exactly what had to happen there to save Mad Lions, and it worked. Mad Lions after that, how many rounds in a row now? 5 rounds in a row for HAVU. The streak is broken. Mad Lions managed to get a 13th round on the board.
There's a nice recovery, a confidence booster, and Mad Lions are trying to take momentum. Bubsky with an early peek. Oh, that's so clean. That was so clean from A-Court.
That's monstrous. 2 opening frags in a key round for HAVU. Money is in the bank for HAVU. They'll be able to full buy in the next round, even after that, but I think right now that's one of those soul-destroying rounds where you really have to fight to get back into it, and Mad Lions going with the aggression, pouring it on. HAVU in a tight spot. There's the HE as well. Now smoke. HAVU one after another. Boy, oh, what is this?
Oh my, give it to me, please.
All of them!
Oh, the bomb spin was so awkward. He loses a second jewel, and now it's just down to Saw. So much potential.
He hits the headshot.
He's got 35 seconds. He's got a little time to do this, but how does he choose where to go? Through to B. Takes out Swiss by double stack. They're running away now, Mad Lions. They're trying to fall back to play together. They've got a strong position. They've got a Molotov as well. With 20 seconds, he's got to go for elimination. He must go for elimination. There won't be time to get the bomb and go for the bomb plant afterwards. The flashbang comes up high, trying to bait the shot. Roy is ready for it. Oh, he saw it, but he couldn't pull the trigger fast enough. Mad Lions now just 2 rounds away from victory here on Dust 2.
It's insane how it's just down to the fraction of a second because 3 go through just a second too late to catch him. He even hits the headshot on Roy through the door. But because it clips the edge of the door, it's not an instant kill. Cody, that's a tough one. There it is. So, now it is, well, this is it. This is the big round. That was going to be a tough one for HAVU regardless. They were down 2 players at the beginning of the round. It got exciting, but HAVU not able to clinch it. 14-11. Mad Lions now. It's the out and out fight all around the map. But this is where we go back to the basics for Mad Lion. Spread out, no cat presence, focus on long once again, setting up the AWP.
Oh, did he get him? I think he did. Floated at 25. Well then, HAVU, there we go. Zori is back, looking over the smoke. Thought Bubsky had that one. Nervous territory for both teams. A minute 10 on the clock. Cillian still waiting on long for now, where Hoodie's been creeping, but he's starting to fall back to join his team. Mad Lions showing presence on Cat. Deep grenade for Slowy. Now, I wonder if... I think A-Core may be expecting the lurk smokes here. He might start to creep around them. He'll hold the off angle for now, but if that smoke comes up, he will be able to play around it. He chooses to fall back instead. Molotov up, but the T's are starting to swarm already. Repositioned safely. Roy is here as well. Asilian's got no flashes to help them, and down they go. But A-Core will get a kill onto Saw. 38 seconds on the clock. Bomb needs to be collected. Zori delivers once again. Asilian starts moving forward now, hiding behind that smoke.
But there's nothing for him to work with. A 2-man advantage for HAVU right now. They've got the angle. They've got it figured out. They know that there's going to be a player at long. What an HE, though! Doesn't take out Slowy. That looked so good. Instead, it's Dodo. Wrong way, wrong time, and yep, sure enough, Asilian manages to sneak right on past, and so he's not going to be too happy about that. Could catch Shush. Sure enough, Shush is down. Asilian, yep, sure enough, there it is. So, right now, this is HAVU fighting right back into it. They shouldn't lose anybody else. The money should stay steady here for HAVU.
Oh, we can't find it.
They find Asilian in time, though. They're trying to push through. Trying to hunt him down. If they take this AWP off of Mad Lions, it could be big. Have to go now if you're going to do it, Zori. But he's had the AWP himself.
Ooh.
Not the best gun to lose.
That's, well, we'll see if it works. They've got the money to buy together, HAVU, but that is a big loss towards the end there. A real slow peek as well from a bad angle, closer to the wall. So one of these teams is going to be broke after this. 2 rounds in it. HAVU back to winning ways, back to these destination victories. Mad Lions have been doing so much saving in these rounds in this half. Jumps over the shot from A-Core. Look at the chain flashbangs as well, the chain flashes. A-Core thought he was safe, points in their return. That's a very early 5 versus 4 for HAVU. Great chain flashbangs. That's a nice demonstration of it as well on long.
I like how slow he's preemptively dropping the AK while you pick up the AWP, and then he realizes how far away it is. Like, oh, no, go back, pick up the AK. Don't run in there with the Glock. But all 4 players here from Mad Lions, HAVU deciding to press forward. They are going aggro here onto this A site from long. Alternate's getting set up. Now it's go time. They have to hit the shots, but the defense is as strong as it could be. Dodo finds a headshot on Roy. And just like that, Mad Lions deciding to back off. They're going to get max loss bonus next round. If they save these 3 guns, they're still going to have a pretty hefty buy.
Yeah, they really have to save now. Credit to HAVU. Those chain flashes, they got this. The initial flashbangs on long is, all right, I've got an angle. I can take a play right here. Boom, another flash. Boom, another flash. Completely blind. And now the hunt is on. 2 plays remaining for Mad Lions. HAVU understand how important this is. But if they lose too much again after what they lost in the last round, they could have some shortcomings as well. And again, this could go and bite them in the arse.
Yep, this is definitely going to bite them in the ass, James.
If they can take this AWP, that would be such a big victory. Dancing around double stack with the AWP. And Zori now, he's the one trying to run away and save. The hunt is turned on its head.
Yeah, that's where it gets a bit ridiculous. You know now that you won the round, but that was a bit of a loss on the economic side for HAVU. They saved the AWP this time, so they don't make 2 of them.
You see those chain flashes to Doto while he's fighting into position. That is so important. We started seeing a great demonstration from that at the major with Astralis on overpass B, where they would be in position on, like, through the tunnel, taking fights, and they would still have flashes coming on behind their heads. So if the CTs are trying to face them, just eating flashbangs. And there's a nice example of a false sense of security. He's thinking, okay, I'm in a battle sniper mode, I've got to deliver. He's blind. What can you do if you're blind? Yeah.
And he's alone, too. No team support, no nothing. It's just worst case scenario there. Nightmare mode for A-Core. But you shake it off at this point. You've been hitting shots if you're A-Core, not taking over the map like we've seen him do in the past, but he's still connecting. It's really just been Asilian and Roy. Asilian's nearly dropping a 30 bomb right now going into this round. So we need to see a little bit more of that fragging power come into the fore here for Mad Lions. Bubsky is trailing at 13 as well. We expect him to top frag. Right now he's kind of at the back of the pack for the lanes. So on the it's not all HAVU. HAVU, there were a lot of questions coming into this one in terms of whether they would be able to weather the storm. Massive HE, blocks the push. Still find the kill on Bubsky, but that got out of whack real quick there for HAVU.
Yeah, that is worst case scenario HE when it blocks you and you block your teammates and you all eat a boatload of damage. But Mad Lions may just be fishing for some weapons here. It is time to protect the AWP, which Shush has, and Asilian will fall back and try to hide in plain sight, I suppose. He's got A-Core for support as well. So again, Mad Lions looking to do what they can. Now, HAVU, like, by default on B, you can save at the car. I would say if you've got more than 30 HP, a rough estimate. I used to know, but I don't remember now. So Hoodie's probably going to die. But maybe it's better that he dies in the site and loses the AK than they exit and risk losing that and maybe more. The flashbang will do the work, though. But look what they're moving into. And again, this may be... Well, let's see what happens.
Makes it. Don't peek anymore, though. Yeah. Cillian takes 1. Oh, that's the AWP lost!
Well, that's made it more expensive.
You really want right now to be maxing your money if you're HAVU. If you lose this round, you go into to overtime. You don't get the loss bonus the way the Mad Lions are getting it. So, off dropped for Zori. See what he's capable of here in this round. Finds it eventually.
What if we get to a stage where CTs are throwing a molly at car when the teams are saving at the site? But first, we've got a big charge on long. They'll go back and forth, but it's advantage. Mad Lions, the chain flashes still come in, so it may take long anyway, but Mad Lions are going to fight. They're going to get a molly through. They're not sure what's behind blue. They're not sure if anybody's still creeping because there are smokes up, but they will swing. Now, what can HAVU do in the meantime? We can see that Doto's gone through middle doors. They need to take advantage of the man investment into long if they can.
So very quick rotation through to mid doors from Dodo again. There's the smoke going down, and it is going to be all on Bubsky. Bubsky knows it too. Dancing around, thinking it's going to be from the upper dark. He's hoping to catch somebody out here if there was anybody for HAVU, but now he's put himself in a fantastic position. Roy decides not even to wait. 2 kills for Roy coming through the smoke, and it's all on Hoodie. 1v3. HAVU, they just lose control of the round.
He's got 11 HP and the bomb. He spotted A-Core though. He's low on bullets. We've got a player top mid. He'll get him through the door. That's Cillian. And it's game point for Mad Lions. You wondered if you'd get there with this half from HAVU. And they've won every round by destination. They've saved so much Mad Lions. It's been expensive for both squads, but HAVU still has something for this last round.
And maxing out on that pistol round. If HAVU can pick up that pistol at the beginning of the half, we're looking at a totally different situation here. But yeah, Mad Lions, they managed to get that lead, and they've just played it so smart throughout this entire half. HAVU now out fighting it. Shush getting legs. Not electing to take the fight early on here at Long, however. And that's Saw taking the hit as the leader. Tech9, just so you can have a few more nades to work with. And now let's see, Slowy. Once again, the pop flash to take down Catwalk. But Mad Lions are just holding. No aggression this time from them.
Cillian.
As I say that, Cillian pushes long
Very
house.
cheeky, yeah. Just taking advantage of that smoke dissipating again. It's generally accepted that a player standing in the smoke will see somebody outside of it just before the person outside will see. So take advantage of that to get a very strong position. Now, if somebody walks in there, he's going to see their shadow long before they see anything.
Hoodie's in a tough spot if he decides to push through. Now he has to be worried about getting flanked.
Even if he runs from top mid, he'll be hurt. Sitting just going for flank feet. You never know if it's a bait though, but on Dust 2, maybe less likely. Looking to set up for an A play, sorry.
They've been excellent at getting the bomb planted at HAVU, so that's what they're looking for here. They've had success on Catwalk. It's looking like they're going to go back to it as well.
Cillian's made his way towards top mid now. A-Core being more passionate because AWP than last time, but he will get taken out. Cillian's flank has to do everything here. Don't be entertained by the spray through the smoke. They've got to plant that bomb. Cillian behind the smoke, making his way up. Cat 20 seconds to plant. They're going for the exposed plant as well. Nobody was watching. Cat, this could be disaster. No, it's just got sorry left now. 1v2, 15 seconds. He has to go for elimination. The flick through the corner of the wall. He has no idea where Bubsky is. 10 seconds. He's got to find him. He's in CT spawn. He had to find the kill. He had to find the kill. Just one mistake, nobody watching Cat, complete disaster. That could have been overtime.
That could have absolutely been overtime. That's the second time in key rounds where we've seen that smoke on Catwalk get dropped and then nobody watches it. They can still push through that smoke, whether you expect somebody to be there or not. You gotta have, if you've got the bodies like that, you gotta be watching that smoke.
Yeah, they went for the max value plant, and with high risk comes high reward, but also comes disaster. And in that instance, it was one.
Unreal.
Thoughts of the desk after the break. Jeez Louise, we will see you later.